How's it going, everyone? It's GadgetsBoy. Welcome to another video. And in my hand, I have the latest Honor Magic5 Pro. And this is rocking a triple camera setup. It has the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor in there, a big battery as well. So this should be one of the best flagship devices out right now that you can actually buy. Let's find out more. So starting with the design, we'll talk about the display on this device. We have a 6.81-inch LTPO display. It's got this quad curved floating display, as Honor called it, which means it's got the curved edges, and this is not flat screen either. It's got this nice curvature on the sides and on the back as well, so you can see how it's nicely curved all around the device. It makes it feel nice and comfortable to hold in hand. It feels really nice, and I like this aspect ratio as well. The display itself will go from 1 Hz to 120 Hz, which is what the LTPO technology is, and it has something called dynamic dimming with circadian night display and 2160 Hz PWM dimming. And what that means for you is basically it has an accurate dimming, which is good for your eyes. So if you're going to be using this all day long, it's not going to affect your eyes at all, which is really good. It might affect it to a certain extent, but not as much as it would otherwise. This is IP68, water and dust resistant, and it weighs just 219 grams. It's pretty lightweight, and again, which is great for holding it for a long period of time, especially if you're going to be gaming and all that kind of stuff. With IP68 rating, this will withstand being submerged in water. You're looking at depths up to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. In terms of the display quality itself, you're looking at 100% DCI-P3. It's 1800 nits peak brightness, which is great for direct sunlight like in Barcelona here right now. You're looking at 1312 by 2848 pixels in terms of the resolution itself, which is really nice and sharp and bright. It looks really good, especially in person as well. When you see this, you would actually really enjoy this. So let's talk about the camera as well. So on the front, we have a front-facing camera, which is a 12 megapixel camera at f2.4 aperture. And it has that 3D depth camera there as well, which is great for unlocking the device. So it's really quick. So if I just lock it, look at the phone, unlocked straight away. Very quick and responsive each and every time. You can also unlock it using fingerprints, which is on the display itself. So press that, unlock it again, very quick and responsive. On the side, we have a volume rocker there, power button there. And when we look up top, we have IR blaster there. Again, something that's not popular on smartphones these days. It is on this one. We have our speaker grill there. And we also get on the bottom another speaker grill, USB-C ports, and your SIM card tray. On the back, this is where it gets interesting. We have this design. By the way, this is the meadow green version. It's also available in black as well. But we have this triple camera setup. We have that almost periscope looking lens up there, which supports 100 times zoom. It's not the space zoom, but we're going to be comparing that with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra to see how they fare in comparison. We have a 50 megapixel wide camera, which offers 23 millimeters focal range, and it gives you f1.6 aperture. And the sensor size is 1.12 inch customized sensor. And it has something called AI motion sensing, which will give you a sample of that as well, which is pretty cool. I like what it does. And with an increased sensor size and a larger aperture compared to the predecessor, it means with this one, we will be getting brighter pictures, sharper images. It lets more light in, which is really good. We then have that 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, which gives you 122 degrees field of view, 13 millimeters focal length, and f2.0 aperture. And we also get that telephoto that I was talking about, which is a 50 megapixel telephoto camera as well at f3.0, gives you 90 millimeters focal length, and is rocking that the first smartphone to have that new telephoto sensor from Sony. It's the IMX858 sensor, which gives you 3.5 times optical zoom, and like I said earlier, 100 times digital zoom, and it has optical image stabilization and EIS as well. So you'll be rocking 2 forms of stabilization to make sure you get those shots accurately handheld. In terms of processing power, like I said, we have Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform on there. It supports Honor's GPU Turbo as well, Turbo X, in case you guys don't know what that is. It just means when you're gaming, it gives it a little bit of boost, so it games very well. And you're looking at Wi-Fi 7 as well. When it comes to the battery life, this will give you all-day battery life as well. You're looking at 5,100 milliamp hour battery. It supports 66 watt wired charging and 50 watt wireless charging, something that's not common on smartphones these days, but this should give you all-day battery life. It's rocking the latest Magic OS 7.1 based on Android 13. If you go into settings, just to have a look around some of the settings here, so go around to display and brightness. We have light mode, dark mode. You can auto switch it as well. You got an eye comfort mode and ebook reading mode as well, which will save battery if you just want to read books. Maybe on a flight, you can save your battery life there. You got color mode and temperature, so you can change that and adjust it accordingly. I normally have it on normal for when I want to edit photos, and default in terms of temperature, but for everyday use, I put on vivid and warm most of the time because it just looks nicer when it's warm. We go down, we have our screen resolution, so you can go all the way up to 2848 by 1312. You've got smart resolution as well, so it will automatically switch between those resolutions when it needs to do so. And then we go back to screen refresh rate. We have that high refresh rate, which can go up to 120 Hertz for less motion blur when browsing the web, when gaming and all that stuff. And you can also have it as dynamic up top there if you wish to do so. We go back down, we have frame rate booster, which you can turn on as well. It's just some sort of AI booster, which works for YouTube on there. As you can see, you got video enhancer as well, which supports YouTube. And then more display settings, it's just things like your cutout if you want to adjust those things and tweak your full screen display settings. You can see what we have there, 512 gigabytes of internal storage. And when it comes to that RAM as well, you got Honor RAM Turbo, which means you can boost things up. You can use some of the RAM available and add to it using the internal storage as well. So this should be really nice and fluid. As you can see, it just works really well. Let's go into camera and see what we get in terms of the user interface. So we have 0.5 for ultra wide. We've got 1 times over there. Things are looking nice and colorful in the background, by the way. 3.5 times optical zoom and 10 times zoom as well. And then you can go all the way to 100 times with that little square in the corner there that shows you what you're actually pointing at, because when you zoomed in so much, it's going to be harder to actually see anything. And then you got that AI sensor there. So this is that motion sensing. So when you put that on, it means you can just walk into the shot automatically. It starts taking photos and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. You got night mode there, you got portrait, you got aperture mode to get this nice blurry background, and you can tweak the f-stop there all the way to 0.95. We've got a different aspect ratio as always. Video resolution, we've got 4K, and also for the frame rate, you can shoot up to 60 frames per second at 4K. So there's no 8K recording here like the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, but you can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. If I go back to photo and see what settings we have in there as well. Aspect ratio as always, again, still the same frame rate settings and so on and so forth. So you can play around with that and see what you like. And you got smart capture as well, which is that auto capture settings that you can actually turn on. So as it says on there, in highlights capture mode, enabling auto capture, we automatically capture smiling, jumping and running moments of cats, dogs and people. That's about it really for the camera interface. And then we go to Pro mode as well. Down there we've got more, which allows you to do things like multi-video, iRes mode, so you can shoot at full 50 megapixel pixel bin. You've got super macro mode and so on. So you can play about with those areas there. But at first glance, at first impressions, this feels really nice and solid. Feels very premium in hand, comfortable in hand to hold as well. Camera performance seems really good so far, so good as well. And in terms of gaming, it looks good as well. So can't really complain there at all. So far so good. And I can't wait to actually give you guys a full review of the Honor Magic5 Pro. So that's it for the Honor Magic5 Pro. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And if there's any things you want to see in the review, like comparisons and stuff like that, drop them there as well. I'll do my best to do those for you as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.